I did. So this is my review video of the CBD oil I was taking for about 4 or 5 weeks. The bottle is empty now. I took this one here. It's from the company MediHemp. It's from it's CBD from CO2 extraction. That's what it says on the bottle. It's 23% extract and 77% hemp oil. So it's hemp oil based too. The whole product comes from the hemp plant. The reason why I was taking it was for anxiety in general. Different doctors gave me different pills. They prescribed antidepressants. I got Xanax. I got other benzos. One doctor wanted to send me to rehab for 6 weeks for whatever reason. And because I'm hardcore against pharmaceutical drugs, especially antidepressants in my case, you know, if other people need it, if they benefit from it, you know, take whatever you think is right. But for me, I thought it is not necessary and not right to take, and that's why I was looking for a doctor who could give me an alternative. And I found that doctor, and he gave me that alternative. And that's how I ended up with consuming CBD oil legally, which is pretty good. So my expectation was, I had hopes that my anxiety was mostly social. So one doctor said I had a social phobia, a different doctor had said I had a specific phobia, I had social anxiety, I had, you know, moderate depression. Different doctors, different diagnoses a little bit, but basically it came all to anxiety overall. So my expectation was that anxiety that everybody's talking about would decrease or maybe even disappear. And I was pretty open because I was positive and open because I knew that if there were side effects, they would be to a minimum. They would not be like the side effects that you have when you get the pharmaceutical drugs in the pack. And you take out that leaflet that you unfold, and at the end it's the size of your room. The CBD oil did not come with a leaflet that big with all of the side effects listed where you have to go when it bleeds out of whatever hole. So I was pretty happy about that, and I thought if nothing happens, nothing happens. That's it. The effect, yeah, there was an effect. There was an effect straight away when I took it. So I went to the shop, I went to the doctor, he gave me the paper stuff, I went with that to the hemp shop. You can get it in the from the pharmaceutical shop too, but it costs way more there. And it's the same product, it's the exact same brand, same product, same company makes it. So why do you want to pay more if it's not necessary? So I went there, I bought it, I asked what can happen if I have too much, and he said if you have the whole bottle in one go, you probably fall asleep, maybe you be sick. So when I bought that, and I left the shop in front of the shop window, I just thought, well, let's try that right here, and it comes with that, you know, he said twice 5. I should start with 5 drops just to see how I react to it and how so how my body likes it or not. And I thought, well, 5 drops is like, I didn't want to count, and I had the whole lot, so it was maybe 20 drops instead of 5. And then I went on the metro and was on my way home, and I noticed while I was, you know, sitting there on the metro and then on the train, that I just cared way. No, I didn't even care. I can't say I cared less than normal. I didn't care in a pretty healthy way. So it wasn't like if there are people dying around me, I wouldn't care either. It was more like it is as it is, and it has to be because it is. So it was like your brain relaxes without you doing anything to it. Basically, that overthinking was gone, and that was instantly gone. It was instant, where I thought, you know, the ideas and the thoughts were still there. They don't disappear. That the oil doesn't do that. What the oil did, again, instantly, you know, the first time I took it was between the thought and the reacting to the thought, there was a time gap, and in the time gap, I could choose if I want to follow that thought or if I just, you know, put it back and think about it later, or maybe even, you know, don't think about it ever, because it's just not important. It was a little bit like whatever is really important stays, and whatever you can't change anyway, just skip it. You don't skip it. You don't have to think about what if it rains tomorrow if you really can't use rain tomorrow, if you really don't want it to rain. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? What can, if it rains, it rains. And this is what that was the first thing I noticed with the oil. Overthinking, it didn't disappear, but it made it look pretty stupid, you know. It was like, you understand that overthinking doesn't change things, and I don't know how that oil does that, and I don't know what part of the brain gets affected that quick that it just does that. My brain, I was impressed. It was, of course, I thought it could be a placebo, it could be, you know, just imagine it and I want it to work. I thought about that too, but that effect stayed. So this is what I can say happened most. That was the biggest effect from that oil on me. That before, you know, something happens, you process it, and before you react, that time between processing and reacting is wider, and you can choose wisely how you want to, or if you even want to react, if it's even worth it or not. I don't know what you call that, but I think it's pretty good. It is not that something happens, you react. It's not like I say black, you say white, I say high, you say low. It wasn't automatic anymore. I think very, very often when we react, you know, there is an action and then you react to the action. That stopped. There was a it was not consciously though. It wasn't like that I did that on purpose. It just, my body did that for me, and I think that's great. That's really, if this is everything it does, it's perfect. But it did way more than that. Overall, I felt after a month, so after that bottle was empty, I felt physically healthier. It felt like my inside was, I don't know, like breathing. No, it wasn't breathing. I'm sure there was nothing breathing inside. I felt more alive overall. Might really be just because all of that worrying and thinking and like what if and what if not, and you know, maybe it was really just because that stopped and I put my focus on something else. Might be, but I mean, I don't care why I felt better, but it is a fact that I felt better, not just mentally, also physically. Another second biggest benefit or effect I noticed in the first week, it stayed, but it was very, very strong in the first week, was an increase of energy. It was like if you have a few coffees in a row. I was less tired, I had more energy, I was motivated to do more. And I think that's pretty good too. You know, if I don't know what that will, I don't know what it affects. If it's just that it's so healthy that your body gets what it needs to function properly, I almost think that's it. I really think that's it. I know that hemp seeds and hemp oil and hemp, you know, flour made out of hemp seeds, and I know that all of that, and even with the leaves, choosing the leaves, I know that hemp as a plant is like tops. I'm sure it's in the top 3 of the healthiest plants in the world. I don't know though. Maybe that physical effect was really just because I put something good in. You know, if you, all of those green smoothie juicing people, everyone who's talking about the glow, they're not making that up. It is real. So if this hemp oil is just healthy for your body in general, I even think that everybody should take it, you know, just to try it out, just to see, does it good to me, does it, you know, is there an effect? And if there was no effect, I thought that for me too, if I take the oil now, I take the bottle, and if there is no effect, then there is just no effect, and that's that. It cannot hurt me, it cannot harm me. If you have an allergy, I don't know if there is a hemp allergy, but if you're not allergic, you will probably benefit from it. The taste was gross. To me, it tastes like, if you ever smoked leaves, then that's what you can expect. It tastes very green, which is logic because, you know, I don't know if it's logic. I don't know if it's extracted from the fresh plant or from the dry plant. But other people, I read and heard from other people, they are really into the taste of the oil. They are saying it tastes like the best weed they ever had. It is a little bit like edibles, like, well, if you go to Amsterdam, what you smell in Amsterdam is what you taste in that oil. It's not smoked weed, it's not the bud, it is green, and it tastes green, and if you don't like green, then you won't like the taste of this. It is, on the other hand, it's not gross, it's not sour, it's not bitter. Thank God it wasn't bitter at all. It's just that brown, blackish color, the oil. And that, if you have it, so you drop it under your tongue, and if you have it under your tongue for a few seconds, and then maybe move your head around. It happened to me a few times, and then I saw that my teeth, like everything has a shade of brown. So yeah, taste wise, I don't know, maybe there are companies that add maybe some, I don't know, just saying vanilla extract. I have no idea, maybe mint, don't know. The taste personally is not the best, but I mean, at least you know what you can taste what you're taking, really. And I think that is just a sign of, you know, there is nothing added to it that shouldn't be in there in the first place. One bottle was around $30. I remember that. I don't remember the exact price. Maybe it was 28, maybe it was 32. I paid around 30. And I know that in the pharmacy shop in the apotheke, it would cost about double. So if not more, if you're unlucky, you pay more than double the price of the same product, which I think is just not right and okay at all. It's the same company, it's the same brand, it's the same product. Yeah. So if you go to those hemp shops, and I think they all have it, if it's legal in your country, I'm pretty sure if you can buy clones, or just, you know, if the shops exist and they have the oil, I would definitely recommend buying it there. My conclusion about this product is definitely, it is top. It is something that I will not stop taking soon, just for my overall health. I think it's amazing how it works, what it does, how quick it works, that there are no side effects, the price is right, it's an all natural product, there is nothing added, there is no chemicals, there is no additives, there is no conservatives, there is no, it's a vegan product, if you care about this. It helped me within a month. Where with, you know, antidepressants, first thing they always say is first it gets worse before it gets better. I don't want that worse part, I only want the better part. And that's what that product did. Overall, I'm very, very happy with it. I'm happy that I tried it. I'm happy that I got the prescription paper. I can pick it up anytime. I can order it online. I don't need a doctor for it. I don't need anyone for it, basically. Personally, it helped very much. I'm way more balanced now, really. I think balance is the word that describes it the most, because it doesn't solve your problems. It doesn't all of the stuff doesn't disappear all of a sudden, but your perception changes, and things that were extremely important, moved back a little bit and became less important. And I'm very, very happy that I found the doctor who gave me the stuff, found the product itself, and the experience I had with it. The only thing that I don't like is the taste. But I mean, that should be okay. Yeah, so I hope this was helpful. I hope you liked the review. And if I try a different product, I can give you a different review. Different company, same product though.